Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast, episode number 94. I'm here with my good friend Nikki C's. Sixers on tonight. Basketball started. It's a great time of year. How you feeling, Nikki?
Whew. Right now, early NBA season, I'm looking forward to Wednesdays the most. Like, I'm mainly following football on right now, but to be
Right.
fair, a lot of people are, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I am looking
Yeah.
forward to Wednesdays where we at least have something to talk about on this show beside a bunch of pointless filler.
Right.
And
Right.
then
And
once
we
we get to
actually,
the NFL off season, that's when pick and roll's really going to pick up, like trade deadline, into the
yeah.
playoffs.
So let's start off with asking you in the chat this. How'd you begin to fall in love with basketball? What made you fall in love with it? Why do you love the sport? Nikki?
All right, I'll give him a minute.
Okay. So I'm just gonna tell you guys why I love the sport of basketball as he's doing his thing. So basketball, I just love, the stats behind it. I just love the game in general, the teamwork and all that stuff. I grew up watching basketball. I grew up watching AI, well technically. So really, he's the reason I love basketball. Because of his swagger, like the game is just a different type of feel to it, and people started playing basketball. You can play it all year round, anywhere. It's in the gym, basketball, neighborhood. Like Arku playing it in his backyard when he was younger. I always grew up watching it and playing it. So it's a game that throughout your whole life. Unlike football, you can, but it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult, unlike basketball. So for Spurs I watched, it was basketball. Okay. So Nikki, you're up, man. Why do you love the sport of basketball?
Yeah, for me, the fun part about it is the exciting, fast-paced element to it, and I feel especially with like me being a fan of like 2000s,
Hmm.
like 90s, 2000 music culture, especially the hip hop elements of it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of other like rock too, but you see some of the hip hop elements in basketball as well. And plus, it was easy to get into in school, where one of the main things in gym class was you had basketball hoops and a basketball.
Yeah.
And it all started during the Allen Iverson years, where mainly my dad, even though he wasn't really like a big basketball fan, but if there was nothing to watch and he saw the Sixers were playing, he'd just do it because it was the locals and something to watch. And
Yeah.
that for me, that's how I started following them with Allen Iverson. There was just something there, that it factor that drew me into watching Sixers games when he was there. And then before you know it, he also had Kobe, Shaq with the Lakers. That was interesting too. And then, there was the Sacramento Kings at the time, had a good team. Then shortly after that, you had the draft, the 2003 draft, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, all those guys joined. Yao Ming was there with the Rockets. There were some interesting players, Tracy McGrady. And then slowly but surely, that's when I started to become more involved in the sport. And plus, as I became friends with some football fans who were also basketball fans, it was easier to just pick up on and follow.
Yeah.
So it
And
really started like with Allen Iverson, Kobe, those guys.
hmm so it's also a game you can follow. Like what I mean by follow is that you can watch any level of the game. You can watch like AAU, high school, middle school, college. You can watch overseas. You can watch it anywhere. And for me, I just love that. I love like watching these guys develop. I love them working on their games. Like football, you can, but it's like for basketball, you just look at the one guy and you can focus on him, you can study him, and all that stuff. So, for me, that's another reason. I know more about the game now since I was younger. See, like basketball, you constantly learning every single day. Like me, I studied stats every day. I watch highlights. I watch like YouTubers play basketball and stuff like that. Like for me, it's just entertaining. What is up, Troy? He's liking your glasses there, Nikki. Oh, appreciate that, man. On my second channel, yep, I've uploaded 2 videos on the second channel, guys. If you did not go there, I really encourage you to go check them out. MK Meets World. The link will be popping in the chat. Really encourage you to go over there. Hello, Primetime. How's it going? So, again, it's just like the main reason for me is the development. Like, not a lot of people. Well, more people now who are like marks, I guess, who are really into the game and want to do something with it. So yeah, and YouTube's a great platform, and there's so many the fan bases too. I mean, fan bases are another thing. Like the Sixers fan base, I love and I hate. Like there's fan bases like the New York Knicks fan base, I can't stand. That's just all part of the sport. That's all part of the sport. So yeah, what is up, Wally? And smash the like button. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Plus, Miz loves trading Tobias Harris for crumble cookies. That is also true. That is very true, Chad. Hey, Wally. Yep. So shout out to Nikki C's, guys. There's his link. Me and him will be live tomorrow for the San Antonio Spurs versus the Dallas Mavericks game at 7:30. That's another thing, too, why I love basketball. I can watch any game at any given time. Like for football, not as much. Not as much. Like, give me Luca versus Wemby. Sign me up. Sign me up. I mean, you can watch any game, right, Nikki? That's how you feel. You can watch any game in basketball.
I mean, like, well, once you get to like the early regular season, like sometimes there are certain games I might skip, like if it's a snooze fest, like yeah. But I mean, I'll check the scores, see what's going on of like all the games. But like once it come playoff time, I'll watch any game.
Right. Having league pass makes it better. We found that difficult. Remember with the Sixers with Timberwolves, that did not work. But yes, out of market games, that's definitely a grab. People can also say the dunk contest, even though it's just not as good as it used to be, right? And with basketball, you can always reflect on the history and study the history of it. Like with Vince Carter winning the dunk contest, Michael Jordan, Akeem Olajuwon, those guys. Jaron McCain lost his this season I love watching basketball because my brothers play for our high school. Yep, there's another thing too, our family. Like our families are very invested into this game. I don't know about you, Nikki, but for me, like we talk about basketball mostly all the time, mostly football.
Yeah.
But me, it's basketball as well. So.
And what's crazy though, I think about it, I'm just thinking about it as you're talking. The thing is with basketball, it's made me more interested in seeing some of these European countries where basketball has a presence there. Like Croatia is one. Like I just was randomly on the internet. I just typed in Croatia under Google Images. They have some nice beaches over there. Because you know, like Ivanka Zubac, that's where Drazen Petrovic, one of the biggest what could have beens, came from. And like another, you're right, so you realize, hey, Croatia has an influence in basketball. It makes you want to learn a little bit more about it. Like another place, Serbia, makes you want to learn a little bit more about it. Slovenia. These are all countries that have a presence in the basketball world. And just that alone makes you want to learn a little bit more about their countries or wonder, hey, if I ever got to go visit overseas one day where there's no football, there's no this and that. Okay, if I were looking for something to go that has sports related ties to it, okay, here's some countries I might go to visit where there's a basketball presence.
Yep. And Mitch, you ever been to the Basketball Hall of Fame? I have not. I have not been to the Basketball Hall of Fame. I've been to the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, never been there. Can you react? Nope. Not doing that on my second channel. Nope. Do you see any more trades before the season starts? Well, the season started last night, technically. It started last night, so no more trades before the season starts. But do I see any trades happening? You know what? I got a hot take. I got a couple of them. De'Aaron Fox, he's on the last year of his contract. I could see that being a possible move. if there's like a contending team that needs a point guard or something like that, I could see that. Lonzo Ball, he's balling out right now. He's on the last year of his contract as well, but I don't see it because of the injury history of all that. But he is doing good, so I can see some players here and there getting traded. Like for the Sixers, I can see KJ Martin getting traded and stuff like that during the trade deadline. Get this win, Sixers. Yep, Star Wars. Yep, I'm excited. I don't think we're gonna win though. Let's be honest. But yeah, your enthusiasm. So speaking of best, let's just talk about the games last night, man. I'm sure people in the chat got a lot to say about the games last night. I have those places on my wish list for a vacation for baseball and basketball Hall of Fame since I've never been there. Baseball Hall of Fame is something I would never forget. Never forget. Yep. Subscribe to Nikki. Hey, look who it is.
Don't subscribe to either one of these guys.
Hey,
Subscribe to me.
Yeah, subscribe to him.
Ball humbug.
So
America.
we were just talking about why we love the sport of basketball, and you came in at the perfect time. I know you told me why you love the sport of basketball, so tell the people.
I don't like it.
Huh?
I don't like it at all.
All right. Okay.
Actually, basketball, it's my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Just like I'm the king on the microphone, so is Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunks. It takes me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. It's basketball.
Yeah.
He can't mention, gimmicks in basketball without that song.
I used to go to dinner and I'd take my girl to see Tiny play against Earl the Pearl.
Oh, here's another one.
Big O and Jerry West play basketball at his very best. Basketball has always been my thing. I like Magic Bird and Bernard King. And number 33, my man Kareem was the center on my starting team. Huh!
All right.
Perfect.
Clyde Rickberry and Pistol Pete. Now these players can never be beat. Isaiah and Iceman too. Just give them the ball and then chalk up too. Dantley and Wilkins are on the scene, and Ralph Sampson is really mean. Bill Russell didn't take no junk, and Daryl Dawkins got a monster dunk. Tell me,
really memorized this whole song?
Were you in the joint the night Wilt scored 100 points? When Celtics won titles back-to-back, it didn't give nobody no kind of slack? When Dr. J shook the whole damn team with moves that came right out of a dream? Or when Willis Reed stood so tall playing D with desire? Yeah, basketball!
All right. So you love basketball. Perfect.
Okay. Come on.
Any other reasons, please, or should we just talk about the games last night?
I get the ball and I go and play like the superstars in the NBA, the forwards, the centers, and all the guards, the ones you see on the bubblegum cards. Me and my homeboy will go one-on-one because playing the game is a lot of fun. Sit by the TV and watch them all because it's Blaze McCoy and I'm rapping basketball. There you go. Thank you very much.
All right.
Hey.
You got to turn that into a video, man.
And that's Curtis Blow, not whoever redid it 30 years later.
Oh, not in the like Mike?
No.
Oh. That's my childhood. Huh?
I like Mike.
You like the movie?
I like Mike. I saw a comparison of Michael Jordan and John Havlicek. 11 rings, 6 championships. Havlicek went 8-0 in finals. Michael went 6-0 in finals. They forgot to put the defensive player of the year stat up there and MVPs up there and playoff MVPs up there because I love John Havlicek and he has a lot of comparable stats to Mike, but even points and stuff. Havlicek didn't lead his team. Michael was the leader of the team.
I did have a question, but I forgot it because Blaze, you battle grind.
Yes.
There you go. Who is your surprise team this year?
Celtics all the way. Surprise. I'm a Celtics fan now. Yep, undefeated all the way.
29 threes.
Undefeated.
So my surprise team, I don't want to go with the Kings because I say that all the time.
I don't think they're a surprise anymore. They
Let's
should be
see.
really good this year.
Magic. I think I'm gonna go with the Magic. I was watching these couple of guys talk basketball. One of them have the Magic being the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference.
Magic's magic.
Then who would you pick?
Bronny James, MVP, baby. Lakers all the way. Lakers Celtics finals. There you go.
They missed 13 threes too. Yep. Yes, they did. So who's your surprise team, Blaze, if you don't have one?
The Spurs are going to flirt with 500. I said it last week. Stephen Castle,
Oh,
the
yeah, I
rookie's
forgot.
the real deal. Wemby's the real deal. They have
Yeah.
pieces now from last year. You can't really say they don't have any pieces. They have Chris Paul. They have a leader. They have youth. They have shooting. They have – I think they surprise everybody. They're not going to win only 20 games or whatever this year.
And shout out to Rios for drafting Victor Wembanyama in our fantasy league.
Well, a lot of people have I forgot what I was just going to say now.
Jokic, Wemby.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people have Stephen Castle for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
If that happens back-to-back Rookie of the Years, that kind of helps your team do a little better.
Yeah, you don't say. What is up, Daniel? So, Nikki, who's your favorite surprise team this year?
This year, I'm going to go with the Rockets. Because when you look at the teams last year, the Warriors, we don't know how far they're really going to go this time around. They're on the downswing, and they're in rebuild mode. And then you got the Clippers, I don't see being as good as they usually are regular season-wise in past years. So I think this opens the window for a few teams in the West to sneak into the play-in, maybe sneak in as an 8 or 7 seed. The Rockets could be one of those teams. I think they'll at least get to the play-in tournament this time around. And maybe play the Lakers or Kings or someone along those lines in the play-in.
Spurs, that's a good take, prime time. I actually like that.
If they make the playoffs at all, it's a surprise from what they did this past year. That's a big jump.
Yep. And then with that being said, Wemby will have to be Defensive Player of the Year. Then. Either way, he's going to get it.
He should if he does the same thing he did last year.
Yeah. So let's talk about the games last night. Did you watch them, Blaze? The Boston in New York. How'd you feel about that one? Huh?
The Knicks, just like I said last week, might have to take a little time to get their chemistry together. And as much as I like his game, Bridges might be a bust.
My God, that jump shot. What happened to that?
I saw reports on why he was changing his jump shot when he didn't really need to.
Like, what happened? Look at his.
I mean, I'm judging off of one game. I'm not saying anyone wants to run with what I said out there.
In the preseason, he wasn't making threes either.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, anyone out there that hears me say Bridges is a bust and runs with it, I'm not judging off of one game. I'm just saying Karl-Anthony Towns and Bridges were not on that team last year. So you now have 2 new starters.
Yep.
Plus a couple new bench pieces. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see if the Knicks were real last year, if they can prove it this year. I'm a little questionable on it now. And not just because of last night's game.
I know. But
there's Michael, my man Michael from Huddle Card. Knicks offense struggling, but the defense looked like lack of effort. Yeah, and that's why I can't wait for the NBA Cup so we can pick up the pace in the beginning of the season.
It's the in-season tournament.
And I was listening, and I heard Nicky say stuff, and he's right, that like early in the season, you're not into as many games as you can get in the playoffs and deeper in the season when you can tell that they're more valuable. Hi, Spongy. You're hiding my face.
I mean, hey.
Spongy Knight's draft in the fantasy league, by the way.
What do you mean? You like your team?
No.
Okay.
He picked trolls.
I know.
James Harden and Tobias. And
no, he did not pick Tobias.
Oh, I thought he did pick Tobias.
Melo picked Tobias.
No.
Melo
Funny, I
pick.
got a matchup my other fantasy league where he has Tobias as one of his starters.
Yeah, you didn't draft your team? Okay.
Well, who drafted it?
Who drafted it then?
Because it had to be somebody because it was not in order of what the rankings were.
No. Yeah, but once you look at the Tatum is on a mission. He is on a mission right now. He's 8 for 11 from 3. Just look at the 3-point shooting. Pritchard just hiking up 3, so they were trying to get to that record, which they did break. 29 threes last night. They broke that. If you just look, Tatum had 37 points, 10 boards, and you had, hold on. Derek White with 24, Jaylen Brown with 23.
Yeah, 3
This
of your starting
proves that
players.
there
in
are-
their 20s, that's a lot. It's gonna be
there
tough
are
to beat a team
levels to
scoring
this.
like that.
There are levels to this. No, I don't, R2. I was sleeping during
Right.
the draft. Okay. Yeah, alrighty then. But that was some game. The Knicks did not stand it. They were playing good, but since Boston was just making everything in sight. Boston was just making everything in sight. So, like, what can you do? They're the best team in the league, in my opinion.
Oh,
Yep.
until proven otherwise, they are the champs.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So, Nikki, is there anything you got to say about this game before we get to the next one?
I mean, obviously Blaze put it best about the Knicks. You know, they're starting out pretty much a new team, needing time to get their chemistry together. Boston has most of the same pieces, especially the starting lineup's the same. So they have their chemistry together. They know how to play off each other's strengths, be a dominant offensive force. So there's not much, there's not much wiggle room to try to figure out how this guy's going to fit into the rotation, how this guy's going to fit in the rotation. They're already there. Whereas the Knicks, you got some new guys in the rotation, Bridges and Cat. You got to take some time to figure it out. In Boston, you can clearly see the experience playing together as starters was the main reason they dominated, especially in the first quarter.
Yep.
Yep, give it time, and we'll see where these teams would stand in like a March, April, or if they play each other in the playoffs. See how it would go then.
Hold on 1 second.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Congratulations. You learned how to press a button.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. But, yeah.
Pacers are going down tonight. Pistons undefeated. We're going all the way. I'm the MVP. Get it right.
Oh, my God.
Undefeated, 0-0. We ain't lost a game all year. I ain't missed a shot all year. Ha!
And then we'll...
Rick. You're jealous.
Of what?
Of me, Tobias, and all my money. Look at all my money around me. I'm a gazillionaire. I like money. I know you like money, but you ain't got as much money as me, you money.
Can I have some of your money?
Nope, this is all recorded, and your name is not Dark Lumen, and I am Tobias Harris.
Oh, my living God.
This is life as life can get.
All right. So let's get started with the the most important thing that happened. I don't know if it's the most important thing, but LeBron and Bronny played. They played together on a court. They made history. Bronny had did basically nothing. He got blocked by Rudy Gobert. And
My
I'm
son
gonna go
Toby Jr. is coming up. He's going to play with me. Me and him for the Pistons. Take him to the title. Toby Jr. Greater than Bronny. Everyone loves Toby Jr. He's going to college at St. Louis Community College.
St. Louis Community College.
He's going to score 50 points a game. First round draft pick. Way better than Cooper Flagg or anybody else there. Toby Harris Jr. Remember that word.
St. Louis Community. Yeah, good luck getting notoriety from NBA scouts.
They will know all about that college now. My son, Toby Jr., is coming to the NBA.
There you go. What is that? Yep. So, how did you guys feel about that with LeBron and Bronny actually playing a regular season game?
Wouldn't you rather interview an NBA player? You have an NBA player and you want to talk about Bronny, some G leaguer.
What?
I'm an NBA player.
What did you take before we started this?
Interview me. I'm an NBA player with millions of dollars. Here's your opportunity, your big chance to make it big here on YouTube, and you're blowing it, Kozlowski.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, why are you so garbage?
Dude.
I'm not. I'm the greatest of all time. You know that.
If you were the greatest of all time, something would have happened to the Sixers.
It did. They couldn't
What?
handle me.
It's a joke. What? The whole thing with Bronny and LeBron?
Oh gosh. Look.
Cavs going to be a fifth place in the East? I
They
can see
did
that.
it just to say that history was made. That's what they did. But when we look at it, Bronny's not ready yet to be an NBA player. They're obviously, and they only put him in for 3 minutes. And the Lakers think they realize, hey, he's not ready yet for the main roster. But I think it's what they should do is like, okay, you got that on the record books. Father and son on the same team in a regular season game. Now take some time, give Bronny some G League experience so he can have an opportunity to actually work on his game and prove that he's ready for the NBA. Then when that time comes, then bring him back to the main roster.
Yep. Yeah, prime time heat. The Wizards are rebuilding very terribly. They are rebuilding. So, did you guys hear about Rudy Gobert signing a 3-year extension?
Who cares what I think about Bronny and LeBron?
Well, you're going on a rant about Tobias.
I went to the bathroom. I just got back.
I
don't know what you're talking about. You see me? I'm here.
Give me your thoughts about LeBron and Bronny.
Actually, Nikki said it perfectly. They did it just to do it. That's why it was only 3 minutes. That's why it was anticlimactic. They even said it, on I forget what show I saw it on this morning. They're like, they just did it. They did it. It might have been on McAfee because they did it just to get it over with. So it's not a big spectacle, or it's not a, hey, we're waiting for the moment, because, and I like this attitude towards it. It's going to be a little sideshow regardless because it's Bronny, but Bronny's never acted out or did anything wrong. What has he done wrong? What has he said wrong? Nothing. So everyone's just holding against him because of the nepotism, and that's it. And like Coach said, and other people said when we even brought this up weeks ago, that's in every place. Every workplace is going to have that. What I like is they're not exploiting it. They're not, making you wait for the moment that he comes out or touting him out to be something he's not. I mean, like I said last week, we should be talking about Dalton Connect. That dude is for real. And he's the other rookie on that team. So it's like, I'm glad they're handling it this way. They're doing it professionally. They're not going to make a stunt. This could have easily been the Bronny and LeBron interviews at every city, every place. It's always about those two. But I don't think it's going to be. I think the Lakers are coming out and they want to be competitive. And when you got a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD, whether you like him or not, they're in it.
Yeah.
Their championship team and Hachimura looks rejuvenated. He looks amazing, better than he's ever been. And that dude's got talent all around. D'Angelo Russell's out to prove a point that he can be a star point guard again.
With blonde hair.
They have he looks ridiculous, but that's besides the point. We got a backup point guard with fingernail polish. So it's like, it happens. I don't care what they look like or how they act.
I was just saying that as a joke.
Dennis Rodman wore a wedding dress on the cover of a magazine, for goodness sakes, when he was an NBA player. So it's like,
I know.
It's like, I don't judge these players by anything outside the game. A lot of times, and they always say, be careful not to meet your heroes. I don't really care what type of person they are outside of the game. I'm here for them to entertain me with their athleticism. That's it. Sometimes you'll find out something about a performer and like him a little more, like after hearing the Mutombo stuff when he passed and we talked about him. I like him more now. It's not just
Yeah.
finger wag, it's, he was an amazing human being, and we could sit here talk for this whole hour every week on all the bad shit professional players do, but we don't. We want to talk about what they do on the court. So, I mean, that's why I'm glad they didn't make a big spectacle of Bronny and LeBron. And I don't know. I don't want to. I mean, give the kid his opportunity. He's got talent. Is it NBA level talent? We don't know yet. He's too fucking young, to be honest. I mean,
He's the same age
I'm
as
a
John
believer
Connect.
all kids need 4 years of college. That's what I believe in. I
Yeah.
believe all kids need 4 years of college, not just because of the experience on the court, the life experience. That age, you're coming into adulthood when you're becoming 18 and 19. I mean, now looking back as a 50-year-old, it's like when I turned 20, I think was more impactful than when I turned 30s or into 40s or when you turn 10. Like, you hit those decades, the 20 is huge. You change so much. And when you're changing, just getting thrown to a couple $1 million and go to the NBA, no wonder these kids act up. That's why I'm kind of more understandable about it. But Bronny, ever since I told the story here a couple years ago when I met him at the park here in my town, I was amazed by how he carried himself.
Right.
You would not have picked him out as the youngest kid there, number one, because he looks, a little more older than he is. And there was 30 girls around him, and he was totally composed, totally cool. It's like they prepared him for that moment his whole life. So whether Bronny not acting up or being like, whatever, or coming out and saying, I don't want you to draft me, Dad. I want to go to a different team and prove I can do it without you. I mean, who knows? I think the Lakers are going about it really good. I think we're going to be surprised how JJ Redick coaches. We're going to be surprised at LeBron. Think about this too. I don't have kids, Uncle Blaze and all this, a lot of people that do, but I know that most parents act a little different when their kid's present in a room. Don't you think LeBron having his son, a person he made from his own seed, a mini him on the court with him, don't you think old man LeBron is trying to do more than he normally would because Bronny's sitting on the bench? I do.
Oh, I would too.
It's your blood. It's your family. It's human nature to do that.
Just wait for his next son, Bryce.
Yeah, and they're sitting over there too. His wife, his kids, they were all there. So it's like,
And it was his daughter's 10th birthday.
and when you are an athlete, no matter what level, if family members that aren't normally there come to a game, same thing as the old joke, your girlfriend's in the stands. Why are you playing better? Is your girlfriend in the stands? We used to always get that one on people because players that don't play well, then all of a sudden they're shooting the lights out. I'm going like this. Is your girlfriend in the stands? Why are you playing so good?
Right.
Because you do. You try to play better when your lady's in an audience or your man or whatever, whatever sport you're playing, your significant other's in the room. You want to prove yourself. So I think we might see a little bit of I'm hoping, a different LeBron this year.
I don't think he'll act out as much. He's still going to complain to the refs. That's him. He can't change that. That's going to be him.
No. 98% of the players in the league do so.
Remember when I think he was talking to some woman, right? And she like waved him off or something. He was like attacking that. You went on a rant about that.
Oh, when he yelled at the fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's not going to do that anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll do that.
No, I mean, and that's what I mean. I mean, we haven't talked about this. I haven't heard anybody really discussing it. And I'm hopeful because I don't want to sit here and criticize LeBron. He's always going to be number 2 to me instead of number 1. Mike is my number 1 all the way, no matter what.
Mine is Kareem.
But if other people pick Kobe or anybody else to be their all-time favorite, I have no problem with that. I really don't. And people who are younger
Ben Simmons,
who say LeBron or Kobe, I understand why, because you're watching LeBron and Kobe. So if that's your stuff, BDB, what's happening? How you feeling? How you living? Johnny Blaze, ain't a damn thing changed. How you doing? It's my boy, Big Daddy Beard. Hashtag Leo.
Oh, that's him. Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Big Daddy
Oh,
Beard.
look. It's 2 of me.
Great gaming channel, man. He plays all kinds of crazy video games and stuff on his
Oh,
channel.
shit.
Very cool
Okay.
stuff.
Awesome.
But yeah, I hate to go on a little rant, but we have never looked at it that way. Like maybe LeBron will straighten up and play a little. Don't you think he wants to win one more ring with his son?
Yes.
Think about that. Stepping on a court for someone of his ego, LeBron, the dad, Just stepping on the court with his son is not enough. That's why I think they made it kind of an irrelevant thing. Yeah, MJ. But I was telling him, Big Daddy, BD, I was telling him, but if a kid or someone else says Kobe's their favorite of all time, or Allen Iverson is, or, there's a bunch, that's okay. He's up in the bearding. And that's, so I want Bronny. I've said it before. I want Bronny to succeed, at least to a little bit of a level. I mean, he's already, to me, most people, you've heard me before. If you make it as a pro, you've already succeeded.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So whether people think LeBron pulled the strings to make it happen or not, that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Whether, I know it's another sport, whether Aaron Rodgers had anything to do with getting Devontae Adams, it doesn't matter. Now, you're also you're calling Aaron Rodgers a liar because he's come right on TV and said he had nothing to do with that. But we know he has to have something because the dude played on his team before.
Yeah.
But the same thing with, like, comparing. I don't like to compare any eras at all. Because, like we said a million times, the eras of the Bill Russells and the Havliceks to the Michaels and the Magics to, the Wembys and the Lucas of now and everything in between. The game has changed.
Yep.
But I'm just hoping that having Bronny out there changes LeBron a little bit.
I agree. And what is up, Adam? I've said this since the Lakers got rid of Taurean Prince. Watch out for this highly underrated Lakers. Here's something I got to say about this. It has to come down to coaching. Look at the difference between Darvin Ham last year and JJ Redick.
And what coach
I know it's
out
one
there?
game, but I know
What
it's one
coach out
game.
there, Mitch, do you think wants to prove himself? Let's be real, more than any other coach out there. If you put it on paper, the guy who's never coached an NBA team, imagine him winning the chip this year, or him having a really good year where he's even getting votes for Coach of the Year that first year. That's a win for him. Put you right now, Mitch. Put you in a room full of professional sports commentators that do live TV, and you have a competition with 9 other guys and you for sports commentating. They're going to play it. They're going to all go, and you're going to go. Don't you think you're going to have to step your game up?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Plus, you're going to be a little
whole
nervous.
nature. That's a whole competitive. What is that? Competitivity?
Competitive nature. Yes, it's going to bring it out, and I think hopefully that's, like, we never thought about having your son in the audience, having your girlfriend in the audience, having your family there. I mean, yeah, it happens, and to a lot of pros, they'll tell you they shut that out. It doesn't matter who's in the stands, that they're there to do their job and play the game. But I think it does affect them, and we'll see. I mean, let's keep an eye on LeBron and see if we see his mannerisms change at all this year. Like you said, though, Mitch, he's still going to complain. That's reactionary. When he goes to the rim and gets hit a couple times and misses the shot, or anytime he misses a shot, he's going to complain to the ref.
Yeah, it's just the nature on who he is. Like, you can't change that. Oh, I feel like, what is that guy? You can't change that. Who is, oh my God.
7 feet tall, and you can't.
What? It's Enzo Amore and Big Cats. Finally got it.
And you can't teach that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm 5'5", and you can't teach that.
So, I mean, it would be interesting if, like you said, you can't underestimate the Lakers. You really can't.
Hey, Logan. How you doing, man? Thank you for stopping by.
And we've talked on here, too, about the super teams having 5 big-time names. Ain't going to do it for you. Well, it's LeBron and AD and some really good support staff right now on that team. Can they do well? We'll see.
All right. I don't know. Got a lot. It's going to be a long season.
I know it's popular to hate them too, just like everyone hates the Yankees or the Patriots or the Chiefs right now. All that those teams that are super successful.
I hate the Titans more than the Chiefs right now.
We don't have to get into that. You're a Jets fan anyway. And who are you kidding?
Oh my God!
And I got 5 letters to spell you out. SAWF. Soft.
Now it's the time to react to our fantasy basketball rosters. So let's go. I already made a video on mine. So what?
I apologize for my illness.
Oh, you okay?
Oh, every time this time of year when the weather breaks, I'm all stuffed up.
Right.
Congested, chest congestion, head congestion.
Logan
Windsor.
Logan, yes. I like it.
I gave him that name.
Yeah. Well, it's nice take with JJ Redick. I mean, hey, he's going to go out there and try to prove himself, but it is a whole season ahead. We still got 81 games to see what they're going to do with.
Yep. But you know what JJ Redick is too. He's a guy that on the court that would tell you about yourself nonstop. Well, if his team's really successful, he might be the prickiest of the prick coaches ever. Because he might just turn into regular JJ Redick and be like, we'll see how his post-game interviews go, both when they're successful and when they're not successful. We'll see if JJ Redick has a different side with his coaching professional side. Because he's a hothead.
We're just only going to go over our teams on the panel. And then,
No, let's definitely make fun of Spongie's team. That's a great idea, Spongie. Yes, let's all front on Spongie's team. And now Spongie got a team thinking he's funny, picking funny guys. And then when you lose, we're going to rub it in.
Let's look at Blaze's team.
All right.
Tell me about your team, Blaze.
So what was I, third overall? Yeah, I think I was third.
I was fifth. You were fourth.
Yeah, I was fourth.
Nikki was third. No, Nikki was behind. Yeah.
So I had 5 people I wanted. One of the 5 people when it started, and it was like Wemby, Giannis, Luka. I didn't want Jokic, although he's good for fantasy's a little different because you get all the stats matter. So if you have a player that's just dropping 10 rebounds,
don't matter.
6 assists and 2 points, that's still good. If you got someone racking up 10 rebounds or 10 assists, so you got an assist guy, a rebound guy, your bench. So on and so forth. So definitely Luke is going to get you all around points in different categories. Clay's a big question mark. I took a big risk on him. He was actually
I said I liked the pick, but then
him and Westbrook are my big question marks because they're older in their career. They're not on the same team.
Where is Westbrook? I don't see him.
On my bench.
There he is. No, he's not on your bench.
So, and then I went a bunch of rookies at the end. I mean, Markkanen is consistent with rebounding and scoring. KD's all around as well. I think Kobe White's a future, if he's not already considered a superstar. Yeah, good luck, Spongie.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Zion's a big question mark too. I mean, if he just stays healthy and scores 10 points a game and a couple rebounds, that's going to be considered good for him. In fantasy, that's not good for him. Mm-hmm. I need more than that. But we'll see. I mean, health above anything is going to be more important.
This was my favorite pick of yours.
You took my center that I wanted, Mitch, and I took Turner.
Oh, I took Sengun.
No, it was somebody else that you picked. It was right before me. And I wanted it. I wanted a different center.
The center I picked.
I picked Turner instead.
Let's see.
Then I went a bunch of rookies. A Monk coming off the bench, and then my rookies. Zach Edey. No, I'll remember when we see the team. I guess
Mobley.
Yeah. Yep.
He's not a center.
Well, he's listed as center or power forward. You can play him on either one.
Yeah.
That's another thing about fantasy basketball, more specifically, is you do sometimes have players that can play multiple positions. And small forward, historically, me playing fantasy, that's the thinnest where there's a lot of stars at small forward. So I made it a point to get a handful of people that had small forward just in case, because I've been in fantasy leagues where I ended up not having a small forward to start late in the season because of injuries and stuff like that and off days. And different than football, for those who don't know, this is a week-by-week thing. So sometimes your player will have 3 games, sometimes we'll have 4, sometimes they'll have 2. But it all does kind of balance out, throughout the week. But it's different philosophy, and you got to watch each day, pretty much like baseball. Baseball fantasy, I couldn't play. It's too much in too many games. Basketball is still, I think it's too many games. But I like the week-by-week format.
Hey, that's my team name.
Yeah, Mr. Copy Blaze's fantasy football team name because I got the name first. So I figured I'm not going to wait for basketball. I just took it for the football name. So Mitch couldn't have it, and he took it anyway for the basketball.
I took it anyway. Thank you. I cheated. See, I'm a Michigan fan.
I did think about trying to get nothing but Kentucky players for my team.
I noticed.
I've done that before, too, but you can't because there's too many really good ones.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
I really like the Reed Shepherd pick.
I got 5 rookies or 4. No,
you got
Edey, Shepherd, and Edey. 3.
You might have another one. Nope, that's it.
So I got 3 rookies. But I try to take a stab at rookies because if you think about it, every year there's at least 2 or 3 impactful rookies that have stats enough to be valuable on a fantasy basketball team.
Yep. All right, here's Nikki's.
Boo! Terrible boo!
Tell me about your team, Nikki.
Kidding.
So this last starting lineup, I tweaked it up a little bit for the night. Like you'll see, like Steph Curry is on there, but I moved him for now because he's a game time. Oh, looks like he will play.
He's right here,
Alright,
so he's still playing, so
He's
you're
in
good.
your-
Okay,
Utility,
so
so
I
you're
can
good.
switch that up, but
No, you can just leave him there. He's in the utilities, but yeah.
That's one difference between Yahoo and ESPN. I think ESPN has less starters and more bench players.
That's what I like about Yahoo.
So I
You
don't.
gotta change your
Right.
team name? Change it to Arkook, Bullcap, and Baloney.
No.
but yeah, like I decided to try to get as many guards as possible because they're going to get you most of the points, like the 3-pointers and the 2s and the big scoring games. And then like centers, I went more with like some of the bigs, like Vukovic and Smith Jr., those guys, because I felt they'll help me with some rebounds and some occasional steals and blocks. And I know that those are worth it as well. But you're more likely to get them from those bigs. You're more likely to get those steals and those blocks. Like DeAndre Ayton, you're likely to get some rebounds from. Possibly a steal or a block from. So that's why I went with like some guys like Ayton, Duran to help with those categories. And of course, you got guys like Steph, and Cunningham for shooting. And Keontae George, if he does end up having a breakout year, I could use him more later in the season in my starting lineup.
So Matt.
Because he's looking like he's on the verge of it. So why not get him in case he does have a breakout year? He can be an asset for my team later in the season.
Yep.
Especially if one of the main starters like Curry's out. Well, then I got Keontae George to go to. Or if he's just playing really good and he's potential, for most improved player, then I can just use him in my starting lineup when he's active.
Yep.
So I went with the young guy with potential, Jalen Williams. There's some potential there. So
There's
trying to go
so
with,
many
like,
Jalen Williams.
There's two.
No, there's three.
There's two.
Now there's three on the Thunder.
There's two.
Now there's
I
three.
wanted some variety on my team between like guys that can get you some of the rebounds, get you some blocks, some steals, guys that can get you points, Cunningham, Garland, get you a guy like Steph Curry, get a young guy, Keontae George, So I was trying to go for variety on this team. Get some centers, get some bigs, a few veterans, some younger
10.
pieces.
10 teams. The one pick I'm kind of iffy on is OG Anunoby.
I was ready to take him. I wanted him.
I was trying to stay away from OG because he's not really all what I'm gonna say. So not gonna
No,
say.
I think he's awesome.
I think he's very good when he's healthy and is on the floor.
Injury prone.
Yeah.
Mitch wants to blame the injuries. He's trying not to. Good boy. Let's look at this piece of shit team. All you have is Halliburton. The rest of your team is ass.
You wanted Cam Thomas.
I did. I tried to pick
Okay,
Cam.
Shut up.
Thomas, that's nice.
You got
You
Cam
wanted
Thomas.
Cam Thomas and Franz Wagner.
Cam Thomas. I didn't want Wagner. You got Cam Thomas and Evan Mobley right before me because your pick were right before me. Those two you definitely sniped from me, and I think Kuminga could be a star too because there's an opening for someone to score more points there now. In Golden State could be.
I'm gonna offer a trade to Rios. Sengun for Wemby.
There you go.
Rios, where are you? Sengun for Wemby.
Of
Right
all the auto draft things to happen, that's the one most ironic one to happen. Was
It
him
was
getting
so
Wemby.
funny. It was so funny. I was
He's
like,
like,
wait,
I was-
Wemby, Rios took Wemby.
So for those that don't know, he's a Rockets fan that can't stand Wemby, and he had to work during the draft. He just so happened to be the second pick. Wemby is ranked 1, but whoever had 1 didn't pick Wemby, and it auto picked Wemby,
Alex took Jokic.
which is fine. The top 5, to me, is interchangeable in my opinion.
Yeah,
They're all going to score a lot of points, but there's tiers. After the top 5, there's a drop off. But
That's
for
why I
him to
took Chris
automatically
Paul.
pick Wemby is hilarious.
That's why I took Chris Paul. We're gonna throw alley-oops to Wemby. So Rios,
Rios, don't trade him to Mitch. I'll give you a better trade than that.
No, I'll give you Sengun.
I'll give you a better trade than that. Trust me.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes.
He won Sengun. But seriously, the one pick I was kind of iffy on was Nurkic. I don't know how good he's gonna be. I'm kind of nervous about that. I really like the Sexton one, Colin Sexton. I
And you
think he's
pick-
gonna have an underrated.
and you pick Mitchell because his name is Mitchell.
Yes,
You should have took Mitchell Robinson also. You
There
took
you go.
anybody with the
he's
name.
out till
Mitchell.
January.
Emotional.
So,
He's out till January.
well, fact of the matter is, whether we like it or not, several of these players will be out for a long time within the first few, hopefully not weeks, but months of the season.
Wow.
It happens every year. I'm not wishing it upon anyone. I can't stand it. I wish there were very few injuries, but it's just a fact that we do. I would rather discuss injuries and how it affects teams instead of complaining about injuries and blaming them, because you can't
Okay.
blame or complain about them. They're just going to happen. All right, let's talk about Spongie's bullshit team so we can make fun of it.
Okay.
Time for the make fun of Spongie's team. First of all, he pretended to be Mitch. Number one.
I sent the name to my friends. We have a group chat, and they were dying of laughing. They love his team name.
He took Trae Young because at halftime talking about Trae Young all the time. He picked Harden because of me talking about Harden all the time. I have no idea why he picked Desmond Bane.
For threes.
He didn't pick him according to him. So if his team does well, he doesn't get any of the credit. But if they
So
do shitty,
Damian Lillard, I guess because of Barrett.
probably.
Turtle.
Turtle. Of course, he had to get
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And that's about it. And Zach LaVine, because I'm keep on saying the Bulls are better without Zach LaVine.
The bull jive and baloney.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to think. Is there another one? No, I think that's it. Right?
Mm.
Yep. Championship. Good job, Spongy. You're going undefeated. Good job.
All right. Now let's make predictions for the game tonight. The games.
Yeah, 10 games, I think. Is it 10?
1,
7, 8, 9. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yay, Mitch can count to 10. Good job,
Yay!
Mitch.
Let me guess. You're gonna pick all the home teams.
I'll go all home teams for 300,
All
Alex.
right. Pacers and Detroit. I'm going with Pacers. Nikki,
Pacers.
Blaze, you're going with Detroit, I'm guessing.
You're damn right I am. It's my team. We're going undefeated, and Indiana's going to take the L. It's me, Tobias Harris, the new superstar for Detroit Pistons.
All right. The Nets against the Hawks. Kind of interesting. I'm going to go with the Nets. Nikki?
I'll take the Nets.
Blaze, you're going with the Hawks?
Poopy team versus poopy team. When in doubt, home team.
When in doubt, poop it out.
Yep. There you go.
Magic at the Heat. I got Magic.
Heat
Magic.
The
Heat
Bucks
make-
at the Sixers. I got the Bucks.
making a
Bucks.
comeback. Screw you guys. I'm a fan. Sixers. You fake Sixer fans.
You're going to every home team.
Who said
The
that?
Cavs and the Raptors. I'm going Cavs.
Caps.
Raptors. Toronto's going to be surprising people. This
I'm
year.
going. All right. Charlotte at Houston. I'm going Houston. Nikki.
I'll go, Rockets.
Yep. Rocket in your pocket.
Chicago at New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans.
Same.
Zion. New Orleans.
Memphis at Utah. Give me Memphis.
I'll take the Grizzlies.
Blaze.
Ja Markkinen. Ja Markkinen. Marketing, job, marketing, job, marketing, Utah.
Phoenix
Utah
at
has
the
40.
Phoenix at LA, the Clippers. I'm going with the Phoenix Suns.
Yep, give me the Suns.
Suns. Screw the Clippers.
All right. Golden State at Portland. Give me Golden State.
Yeah, I'll take the Warriors.
Home team. Scoot Henderson starts his resurrection second year. He is
Resurrection. Whoa.
Yeah, he's coming back from the dead. He pretty much is. He was supposed to be a big deal.
What is up,
Scoot.
hardcore for all?
Scoot gonna turn it up on everybody.
Yep. All right. Anyone have a hot take for
Still-
tonight's
I'm
games?
still waiting for the agenda to come through so we know what to talk about today. Where's the agenda?
I sent it to you.
I don't see it.
It's no what we just did.
Dude,
I don't see-
we're
we didn't
on
come-
the air. That ship has sailed. Son.
Yep. And guys, please subscribe to Nikki Steves. We're going to be live tomorrow for the Spurs and Mavericks game. Blaze, if you're feeling up to it, you can join us as well. That's gonna be
Hot
a great
take.
game.
all home teams but one win tonight.
And let me guess which one loses.
Not the Sixers. Come on, Sixers, you can do it. Show them that you have a team even without two of your best three.
I got a hot take. Maxi's going to go out for 30.
50 burger right off the bat. Start
You
the
don't even
season.
have. Who has Maxi? But I'm going with 30. Hey, Mike.
Oh. That was the other
What is
thing
up, Mike?
with a 10-team league. If you don't take
Mid-
someone at first,
Hot
top
cakes
20 are
instead of
gone.
hot takes.
Hot cakes. Yep. I'm gonna
I
have-
hope the Hawks win tonight. I hope so. Hardcore for all. Make sure you tune into the Sixers live play-by-play. I'm actually have a pregame show in like 15 minutes. Gotta get ready for. But yeah, Nikki, you got a hot take?
Yeah. Let's see. My hot take is that everyone will overreact after one game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's already started.
yeah. Jordan Poole's on my trade. Okay.
Hot take on the MVP, bitches. Tobias Harris. Mark it down on your calendar. Send me more money.
And he just picked up Scoot. Gee, I wonder why he picked up Scoot Henderson. Please.
I have enough guards. I have no room for another one, so he can have him. And if he does well, then he got him because I said so.
I'm reserved on the outcome, but excited for the season to start. Season started last night, so yeah.
I want a little bit of parity. I want to see some teams that people didn't expect to do well, do well. I don't want to see a lot of injuries, so I definitely hope that there's not a lot of those. I mean, but every year there's going to be at least 3 or 4 season-ending ones, and at least 4 or 5 2 big-name players. So that's a fact we'll be dealing with. It's just a matter of who is it. I'd love to be wrong on that every year. Hi, Tiff. It's just it's a fact of life. It happens in every sport. You can't say it happens in one sport more than the other, to be honest. Whether they have, padding or not, helmets or not, full contact or not, and they're out there working. And a lot of times they're non-contact injuries or injuries in practice. So, it's tough. And the thing that's really tough, and I know it's all because of money, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way about the NBA, is we saw it with the tournament last year. When you have more important games,
tournament.
the season's too long. It's too many games. But I know it's because of money that it'll never be shortened. But I would love to see a 50-game season and what that looks like, because you don't have much time to piss around in a 50-game season. You're talking 25, All-Star break, 25. That's a quick season. I know that's taking 20 games off. It'll never happen.
Yeah, this investigation thing, stupid. Same thing every year. Anywho, all right, guys, we got to get ready for some basketball. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that sub, subscribe to Blaze Radio, subscribe to Nikki Steves, subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network, subscribe to me if you want to. You don't have to. with that being said, guys, we'll catch you all later. Have a great night of basketball. Catch you all later. Peace.